Hello everyone, welcome back to another exciting YT session. I hope all of you are doing well. In today's session, we are going to discuss a very important topic, laws of reflection. This session is for all ICSE class 9 students who are aspiring for term 2 physics. Okay, this laws of motion is obviously a part of optics again. We had one session on it where I told you about the very basic laws of reflection and all. We have already studied in the previous session how reflection takes place, and what are the basic constraint, like what is regular reflection, what is irregular reflection and all. So we have already discussed this, and in today's session we'll be focusing on the the plane reflection and all, right? Fine. The very first thing that should come into your mind is the image formation, right? How do we form images? See, in the previous session also I have given you a very basic idea of how we form images. This session is the extension of the previous session. Okay, more or less the topic is same, only we'll be moving ahead, and we'll be discussing a step ahead. So don't get confused with the topic title. Okay, we are into the plane mirrors rather, and the a more advanced form will be discussed in this particular session. So in the previous session as well, I have told you about this very basic thing, that for image formation you need two rays, at least two rays. If you're not having two rays, image will never be formed. And of these two rays, I already told you that these rays are called convenient rays. Okay, these rays are called convenient rays, right? So in this particular session, in accordance to the laws of reflection of the plane mirror, we will be discussing the image formations of the plane mirror, right? For image formation, hi Akshat, how are you? Good to see you. In case of image formation, I have told you you need two rays. Fine. Okay, and how does it happen? We'll discuss it for a point object, and then we'll be discussing it for an extended object. See, how does it happen? Let us first consider a plane reflecting surface, or maybe a plane mirror. This is a plane mirror. Okay, and this happens to be a point object. Now in the previous slide I told you that we need two images. That means I need two rays. Good to see you, Akshat. Good to see you. I need two rays from this particular point object. Fine, this is your point object. See, when you have to make the ray diagrams, you have to understand how to take the rays. That is why I am discussing this in this class. Only then you will be able to form images due to plane mirror. So let us suppose this is the first ray. If this is the point of incidence, let us have a normal here. This is the normal, and obviously this ray will be, say, reflected. Yes, this is how the ray is reflected. Yes, so far so good. This is again another ray. We have to consider two rays. Sorry for the straight line. This is the second ray, and obviously the second ray will again be reflected. Let us suppose this is the normal. Okay, now what will happen? The two rays will obviously meet at a point. It appears as if the two rays are meeting at a point. This is the point at which the two rays are meeting. It appears as if the two rays meet. So this will be the image. This is N1, the normal for the first ray. This is N2, the normal for the second ray. This is I1, this is R1, this is I2, this is R2. And what does this law of reflection says? It says I1 is equal to R1 and I2 is equal to R2. Now you can clearly see I have taken two rays. This is ray 1 with a single arrow, and this is ray 2 with a double arrow. So we require two rays. Okay, now this object was a point object. Instead of having a point object, we can rather have a extended object as well. Now what does this extended object mean? This extended object means that the object is no more a point object. It has its own particular length. Okay, when the dimension of the object is very large in comparison to the dimension of the mirror, we cannot consider it as a point object. You have to remember this. Now let us see how the images are formed for an extended object. Let us consider this as a plane mirror. Right, this is a plane mirror, and let me draw a line first, a horizontal line. Let us suppose this is your object. This is A, this is B. Now it is not a point object, it has its particular length. So if we want to take image of this particular length, what we need to have two rays, a ray from the top part and a ray from the bottom part. Only then we'll be able to form the image. Otherwise the image will not be formed. Okay, yes. And one thing is pretty clear, that the image of the object is formed exactly at the same distance where the object is. Yes. So let me tell you the trick. I mean, in case this ray diagram. Hello Rohit, welcome to the session beta. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. In case you have to draw this ray diagram in the exam, what will you do? You can simply measure, see, use proper ruler and pen. I mean, I don't have a ruler here, so my lines might not be perfectly straight. Okay, Rohit, you can shoot out your doubt. I mean, if it is related, I'll definitely help you out. Just mark the distance and mark the image. Let us imagine this is the image. Okay, fine. I'm just telling you the trick how to draw the ray diagrams. Okay, you have to be very particular with this. And let us say that this image is A dash B dash. Now, see what happens. This particular point will have an image at this particular point. Okay, so obviously from this point we have to take two rays. We cannot form an image with a single ray. Yes, we cannot form a, let us see, let us suppose this is the first ray, and let us suppose this is the second ray, right? This is the second ray, right? So far so good. Now what happens, instead of reflecting it, first let me connect it here. Now this is the trick. When you are drawing the ray diagram, do it that way. Now this is the first reflected ray, this is the second reflected ray. This is how we'll be going about this. Okay, you've understood how I am drawing this diagram? You have to draw this diagram exactly the same way. Now you have the top part. Again, two rays will, one ray, or let us suppose two rays, right? And again the trick is same. Just extend it backward, connect it here, extend it backward, connect it here, and then draw these rays. Okay, this is the best part to have it. Fine. So now you can clearly see this is your object and this is your image. Okay, so I hope, yes, Rohit, if this is X, this has to be X. If you are considering a plane mirror, then the distance of the image is exactly same as the distance of the object. Okay Rohit, I'll be proving it mathematically. I mean, in the next slide I will show you how it happens. Okay, I mean, in physics you cannot have anything like that only. I'll be telling you the reason. Okay, in fact I have used that while drawing the ray diagrams. See, when in exam, in your copy, you have to draw the ray diagram, so you cannot draw it, ideally having two rays and then backtracking them. So you have to draw them intelligently, very neatly also. So I kind of used that trick. I mean, I knew that the image will be formed at the same distance, okay, and of the same length. So I just first of all draw the image and then backtracked it. I'll be telling you why this is X and this is X. I mean, we'll be proving it mathematically. Don't worry at all. In the next slide, I'll be telling you. And Rohit, we'll be doing questions on it as well. In the same very session, we'll be doing questions on it as well. Now see, I've taken up that question. the position of image. Let us suppose this is your plane mirror. Okay. Rohit, I hope you have seen the previous session. There I have told you about normal incidence. I'll be using this concept. I have told you about normal incidence. What happens when a ray is incident normally? It retraces its path. Okay. It exactly retraces its path. Now, let me suppose this is the object. This is the incident ray and this will be the reflected ray. Yes, right? This is your normal. Now, if I wish to have the image, I will require. Okay, Rohit, that's good. I hope you're finding the lectures good. Yes. In case I wish to make the image, see, most of the students make this mistake. If you are trying to make an image, whenever you are, displaying an image or showing an image in any diagram, you require two rays. Never ever kind of उसको रटना नहीं है, ऐसा नहीं करना है कि you just draw the image. Always show the second ray. So how will I show the second ray? I have got two options. I can either draw the way in which, I can take it this way as well. Yes, there is no harm, but I can take this way as well. If I say that the second ray is incident normally, what will happen? If it is incident normally, it will revert back. Yes. Siddhi beta, daily it's not possible. On alternate days I bring beta. I guess if you're following me, you have seen that I bring the lectures daily on alternate days beta. On alternate days, but I do bring lectures. You can stay connected and you'll get to see those lectures. There's not a problem. Okay. Yes. Yes, Siddhi. Okay. Now, this is the image. Okay, Rohit. Good, good. You are also from class 10th. Very good. I hope you're finding the sessions interesting. Yes. Rohit. Siddhi and Rohit, I have my special classes that are absolutely free. On Unacademy app, you can watch me. I have my classes. I come live daily on Unacademy. And the lectures are free. Yes, ICSE. This is my code. You can use this code and all my lectures will be unlocked. Kalyan Live. This is my code. Just download the Unacademy app. Find me. Just type my name. You'll see my profile and there you can watch all my special classes. They are absolutely free. Few of the classes are locked, so you have to use this code Kalyan Live. Just write it down, just remember it and do it. Once the session ends, so maybe simultaneously if you're having a mobile, you can try it. Okay, so that way you can watch all my classes. I have classes on special. I have special free classes on Unacademy. Okay, or in case you wish to take the subscription, so you have that option as well, both of you. Okay, so what I was telling, this is the position of the image. Now see, this is the angle of incidence, right? This is the angle of reflection. Yes or no? So far so good? Okay, no problem, no problem. You'll get everything. You will get everything on YT. YT and special classes. You can download the Unacademy app and you can use this code and you'll be getting everything there. So there is no problem, Rohit. Okay, it's not a problem. Now see what I was trying to tell you. I hope the diagram is clear to everyone. This is the image. Now see, just let me select a highlighter, a different colored pen. Okay, there's no option. So if this is angle I, just see this ray and this ray, these are parallel. These two rays are parallel. Yes, you can see these two rays are parallel and this is a line. If this angle is I, this angle will also be I. Rohit, I had a calorimetry session right now. I mean, I have just completed the calorimetry session. There was a 1 hour session and around 20 students were there. It was a free class. Download the app and watch that session. I'm having a calorimetry session on YouTube as well. Don't worry, I'll be telling you the date. But on YouTube, I'll be telling you only the numericals. Very good questions. Calorimetry is difficult, so you have to kind of, do it very properly. I guess I'm having the YT session very late. On 15th, I'm having a YT session on calorimetry, 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. But that is only for board questions. If you want to, get the entire content, just download the Unacademy app, search my name, follow me, you'll get all the links there. Okay, I have taught calorimetry and I'll be discussing the sample paper as well. The sample paper that was provided by the council, we'll be discussing that sample paper. Okay, tomorrow I am having that class. Everything in that lecture I have taught everything, concept and 3 numericals. Just now I finished the lecture. Yes, I have finished the lecture at 7:30 before coming live on YouTube. I have taught all the concepts and 3 numericals. just join, just download the app, and we are having a lot of polls as well. I mean, poll means the all the board questions. I have, yes, on Unacademy app, just download it. I hope you know my name. Yes, so you can search me, and once you search me, you follow me, you will get my lectures, all the lectures except atomic structure. I have taught everything is there in free classes and in plus classes as well. Okay, so you can just check it out. Okay, I was telling you, if this is I, this will also be I. Why? Because they are alternate angles. So this is I, right? So far so good. Okay, yes or no? Now just see one more thing. These two are parallel lines and this is a line. This one, I'm talking about this one. If this is R, this will also be R, corresponding angles. If this is R, this will also be R, corresponding angle. Let me name them. This is O, this is I, this is X, this is A. Okay. Now just see. Triangle OAX and triangle AIX. In these two triangles, the law of reflection says I is equal to R. Yes. Hi Chetna, how are you? Long time. You have missed quite sessions. Hi beta, hi. This is I, this is R, they are equal. So this angle is equal to this angle. This is common. Right? And this is 90, this is 90. So these two triangles are congruent. Yes? They are congruent triangles. If they are congruent triangles, so OA should be equal to AI. Your brother is in, I teach class 9th as well. Rohit, just subscribe the channel and ask him to download the Unacademy app as well. Okay. He must be having a mobile phone. Just ask him to download the Unacademy app. He can follow me and all the, this is the code Kalyan Live. Once you use this code, all my free classes will be unlocked. You can attend those classes. Okay. This is the position of object. This is the position of image. Okay. So you can clearly see, since the two triangles were congruent. Hi Chetna, how are you? Okay, you want quiz. Why don't you take these special classes? Okay, why don't you take these special classes? We have lots and lots of quizzes there. I have 3 quizzes in this question. In this session I have 3 quizzes. Let's see you are able to solve them or not. I have quizzes. Let's talk about the, before we move on to the image formation, let me brief you about the Unacademy free special class. See Rohit, these are the features of the Unacademy free special class. You were asking about these features. You know, you get to interact with the educator live in a real time. Okay, Rohit, tell your brother as well. You can ask the questions. You can ask the questions using the question tab. There is a option for the question tab on the right hand side. You can click on that particular tab and you can ask questions. Okay, see, this is how a question is asked, and this is what polls are about. I guess Abhi, you were asking me about how polls are conducted. So this is what Chetna is talking about, quiz. So these are quizzes. This is a question. It has a number of options and you have to pick the correct option. And the best part is, once the quiz is complete, you get to see the leaderboard as well. What is a leaderboard? A leaderboard is a person who is leading that particular session in terms of number of correct answers and in terms of the time that a particular student is taking in replying the answers. Okay, so we have this very, very good feature in the special classes of Unacademy. Okay, Rohit, I hope you are understanding this. So you can just download Unacademy app and you can attend the free special classes and then you can decide. Okay, yes. Now let me tell you about the formation of the image by a pair of mirrors. It's not always necessary that you have a single mirror. You might have a number of mirrors, a pair of mirrors. So what happens when you have a pair of mirrors? See, the image that is formed by a single mirror, it started acting as an object for the second mirror and an image of the same is formed. So this way, a number of images are formed. Technically speaking, 2 parallel mirrors will give you infinite images. Let me just kind of, demonstrate this for you. Rohit, I hope you have understood what are all special classes. If you have any query, I'll again be visiting those slides. You can ask me, there's no problem. Just see how the images are formed. These are 2 plane mirrors. Okay, it's very interesting. Let us suppose this is the object. This is the object P. Okay, now what will happen? Ray 1, and ray 2. Okay, this is ray 1 and this is ray 2. What will happen? Ray 1 will revert here, and let us suppose that ray 2 is reflected here. What will happen? An image will be formed at this point. Yes, I'm calling this I1. Okay, so the very first image is prepared or it is formed at this particular point. Now this image will act as an object for, this is M1, this is M2, and these are the rays. Okay, these are the rays. This is the first ray and this is the second ray. Okay, now this first ray will be reflected. Obviously it will be reflected, and what will happen, let me extend this. The second ray will also be reflected. Let us suppose the second ray is also reflected. This is the first ray and this is the second ray, and both the rays, when we extend it back, they meet at this point. So this will be image for this object. Okay, now again this process will be repeated and this process will continue this way. So what will happen? You will be getting a number of images continuously. This is how the images are formed. I hope it is clear to all of you in the session. Rohit, Siddhi, Chetna, everyone. Yes, okay. I've already told you about this very, very special feature It's very interesting feature. So in case you're following me on YT, you should rather try these special classes. Okay. Now, this is the chart which depicts the position of the image. Okay. I have summarized this. If two mirrors are angle between the mirror is theta. I mean, there are two mirrors which are placed such that the angles between the two mirrors is theta. And what we have to do is we have to find the number of images. So there are many conditions. The very first step that we have to follow is we have to find the value of 360 by theta. What I mean to say, if I'm saying that theta is 30, okay, the question says that there are two mirrors which are placed at an angle of 30 degree with each other. So the very first thing that you have to do is you have to find 360 by 30, and this is 12. Okay, 360 by 30 is 12. Now 12 is even or odd. If it is even, you have got two conditions. Condition 1 says the object is symmetric, I mean well spaced, symmetrically placed between the two mirrors. I mean, if these are two mirrors and the object is lying at the right bisector, this is a symmetric position. If these are two mirrors, the object is lying here, this is an asymmetric position. Okay, so you have to understand whether the object is at symmetric position or an asymmetric position. If the object is at symmetric position, 360 by theta minus 1. In your book, this is written n. So this is n minus 1. This is n minus 1. So whenever the value of n is what? N is 360 by theta. Whenever the value of n, that is 360 by theta, it is even, the image will always be n minus 1. You don't have to bother about the image in case the value of n is even. Whether the object is placed at symmetric position or whether the object is placed at asymmetric position, in all the cases you will be getting n minus 1 images. Now what if n is odd? Yes, n can be odd. There is no point that n cannot be odd. Yes, it can be odd. I hope you're understanding what I'm trying to convey. Let us suppose theta is 120 degree. If theta is 120 degree, so 360 by 120 is 3. Now n is odd. Now when n is odd, now the problem comes. What you have to do is you have to see the positioning, whether the object is symmetric or the object is asymmetric. If the object is symmetrically placed, the number of images will again be n minus 1. Okay, but in case the object is placed asymmetrically, then the number of images is n. So if I kind of summarize the entire thing, what do you get to know? You get to know that n, the number of images is always n minus 1 except one condition. And that particular condition is the odd condition for asymmetric. When n is odd and the object is asymmetric. I hope it is very clear to you. Yes, all of you? Yes? Okay, fine. Now let's see one question. So let me see who can tell me the answer. If in case you're watching this session, in case you're not watching it live, then also no problem. Just pause the video. The question is for you. The question is in front of you. Just try and solve it. Take 1 minute, take 1.5 minutes, take 2 minutes. But try and solve it yourself and see if you're getting the answer right. I'm waiting for 30 seconds. I'm giving you 30 seconds. If anyone is watching live, you can very well reply. Okay. Let's see who gets this one correct. The question is based on the topic inclined plane mirrors. Okay, inclined plane mirrors is the topic. Now see, I guess this is the incident ray, this is the reflected ray. Now you can clearly see that this ray and this ray, both these rays are in the same particular path. It means that this is a normal incidence. I have told you. Normal incidence. What happens in normal incidence? The light ray retraces its path. Okay. So this is a normal incidence. This is 90 degree. Okay. So the very first thing that we have to keep in mind, we have to apply the laws of reflection. We have to apply the laws of reflection. Okay. And what does it say? It says that the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection, they are equal. So if this is 30, this has to be 30 as well. Okay. Okay. Now see, this is a normal. This is a normal. And this angle is 30 degree. So this angle has to be 60 degree. Yes. This angle has to be 60 degree. See, this is a normal. This is 30 degree. So this angle has to be 90 minus 30 is equal to 60 degree. Now the question said that we had to find the angle theta. Yes. In the given figure, they have asked us to find the value of angle theta. Now this is 90. This is 60. This is theta. So 90 plus 60 plus theta should be equal to 180 degree. Why? Because they are forming a triangle. You can clearly see that this is a triangle. Yes, this is a triangle. They are forming a triangle. So what will be the value of theta? 150 plus theta is 180. So theta will be 30 degrees. Okay. So the correct option here would be A. I hope you have understood the question. Once the session is over, you can download the PDF and you can again try it. Okay. So far so good. Let's see what we have next. Okay. Very important announcement. The Unacademy Prodigy Test. This test is for all class 7th to 12th learners and you get to win exciting prizes in Unacademy Prodigy. The best part is that the enrollment is absolutely free. I mean, you don't have to pay anything, and this is the last day of the test. I mean, 3 dates have already passed, and you should, if in case you have appeared for it, in case not, you should rather go for this Unacademy Prodigy test. This is the schedule class wise. For class 7 to 8, the timing is 12 noon. For 9 to 10th, again the timing is 12 noon. Now for 11th JE, it is 10 a.m. and for 11th NEET, it is 2 p.m. Okay. This is the only left date. I mean, these dates have already passed, so you cannot go on that. The only date left is Feb 13, and it's going to be very, very exciting because you get to win a lot of prizes, and the prizes are in terms of, see, just see the prizes. I mean, that's very good. The rank 1 holder will get a chance to win MacBook Air. Yes. Rank 2 holder will get an iPhone. From rank 2 and 3 will be getting an iPhone. Rank 4 and 5 will win an iPad. For rank 6 to 40, you have got Amazon Echo Dot, and yes, we are providing a number of Amazon vouchers as well. So it's a win-win situation for every student. For every student, I mean, you don't have anything to lose. In case you are appearing for the test and you are scoring well, you will get a chance. And let me brief you about these upcoming batches as well. We have got 2 batches. The very first is the champions batch, in which all subjects are covered. The mode of delivery in the champions batch is English. And then we have one more batch for class 9, that is again champions. Okay, I mean, in both these batches I'll be taking up the sessions. Let's get a very brief idea on the Unacademy subscription features. These are the fantastic features that Unacademy is offering. You get a chance to learn live from the comfort of your home. I mean, you can interact with the educator live. You have got unlimited access. Top educators, right? Every fourth session, every fourth class is a doubt clearing class. So, you have this chance of getting your doubts cleared. So, this is the best part. The entire syllabus is exhaustively covered. I mean, none of the topics is left untouched in a plus class. Okay, they do get I mean, you do get the study materials in the form of the PDF. Whatever is being taught in the class can be very much downloaded once the class ends. And apart from that, practice session, weekly mock test, so we have these added advantages as well. And look at the pricing. I mean, you can use this code Kalyan Live. Okay, these are two codes. For YT, this is the code. For special class, this is the code. Just look at the subscription part. I mean, if you're a class 10 student, this is what you have to pay for 3 months. This is for 6 months. And on top of that, if you're using this code Kalyan Live, right? If you're using this code, you will be getting 10% discount. Okay, so you have every chance to go for it. And if you're a class 9 students, if you're opting for a 6-month subscription, this is what you have to pay. And on top of that, on using these two codes, you'll be getting a 10% discount, right? Okay, let's see another question. A mirror is inclined at an angle of theta with the horizontal. If a ray of light is incident at an angle theta as shown, okay, then the angle made by the reflected ray with the horizontal. I mean, I have given this question to a number of students, and trust me, 90% of them have got this wrong. But there is nothing to worry about. The question is not at all difficult. The only thing is you don't read the question properly. The question says the angle made by the reflected ray with the horizontal. Okay, so first of all, what we have to do is we have to make a reflected ray. Let us suppose this is a reflected ray. If this is a reflected ray, there has to be a normal. Excuse me. This is a normal. Now, if this is theta, this has to be 90 minus theta. If this is 90 minus theta, this has to be 90 minus theta. Yes? Right? Is it okay? If this is 90 minus theta, this again is a normal. So this has to be theta. Now just see. This is the reflected ray. Just try and imagine. This is theta and this is theta, right? If both the angles are theta, this means this line is parallel to this line. Yes or no? This line is parallel to this line because they are alternate angles. They are alternate angles. Just see. Let me again draw the diagram, a bigger one, so that it is very, very clear to you. I'm sorry for my pathetic drawing. Kindly excuse me for that. This was theta, and this was reflected ray. This was normal. This again is theta. This is theta. This is theta, means if this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D. So AB is parallel to CD. Now if AB and CD are parallel and this is ground, this is horizontal, so this has to be horizontal as well. So they are asking the reflected ray, the angle which it makes with the horizontal, so it has to be 0 degree, beta. It has to be 0 degree. Yes, right? This is horizontal and this ray is parallel to the horizontal, so the angle which it makes is obviously 0 degree. Yes, I hope you have understood, all of you. Okay, make it 50 degree. A ray of light is incident at 50 degree on the middle of one of the two mirrors arranged at 60 degree between them. Okay, the ray then touches the second mirror, gets reflected back to the first mirror, making an angle of incidence of. Now, first of all, let us see what this question says. These are two mirrors. Okay. At the middle part of the first mirror, a light ray is incident at 50 degree. Okay. They are saying that obviously it will be reflected. This angle is 60 degree. It will be reflected from here also. Once it is reflected, it again strikes the first mirror. Yes, it again strikes the first mirror. And once it, see, 1, 1, 2, it will be reflected 2. They are asking you this angle. Let us say this angle is theta. They are asking you what is theta. I mean, the question is very much related to trigonometry. If this is 50, this has to be 50. Now this is 90. If this is 50, this has to be 40. Yes? Yes or no? You're getting my point? Yes? Come on, yes or no? And we'll be having a normal here as well. Yes, we have a normal here as well. If this is 60, this is 40. So this particular angle will be 60 plus 40 is 100. You're getting my point? Yes? Yes? So this is how it goes. I mean, this angle is 50, this angle is 50. You have to find this particular angle. So in case you are able to find this angle, if in case you are able to find this angle, you'll automatically get to find this particular angle. The only thing you have to do is you have to find this angle. Yes? Just read the question very properly. Now there is a catch. If you are getting this particular statement incorrect, or maybe this particular statement incorrect, the entire question will be wrong. So always perceive these statements very, very, very carefully. Otherwise, you'll be getting the answer absolutely wrong. Okay. See, if this was 50 degree, this has to be 40 degree. Yes. So this entire angle, what is the value of this angle? 50 plus 50, 100, 100 plus 40 is 140 degree. So you have this angle as 140 degree. What is the value of this angle? I mean, this entire angle. See, let me draw it here. This angle and this angle will be equal. Okay. And if you are able to find this angle, half the work is done. But how will you get this angle? This, hello Abhishek. How are you? This angle will be the sum of these two angles. Yes? Right? I hope all of you are getting this. I want a thumbs up in the chat box. Right? These two angles will be 10 degrees each. Okay? So once it is 20, it is 140. This is 160. If this is 160, this has to be 20. And if this is 20, this has to be 70. Simple geometry. Hi Abhishek, how are you? Hi Harsh, how are you? Good to see you all in the session. I hope all of you are doing well. I mean, we just met a while ago. See? Okay, fine. A very important announcement. This is the open house session link. I mean, we'll be having an open house at 8:35 immediately after this YT session. Okay. So in case you are interested in this, just copy this link on the tab and we can have a chat. In the open house session, you can talk to me and you can ask whatever you want to ask. And one more thing, Kalyan Live, this is my code and this is a new feature. You can get in touch with your counselor as well. The phone numbers is the phone number is displayed here. So I mean, in case you wish to do so, you can very much be in contact. Okay. Yes. So I guess these are the timings for my next special classes. I hope and wish to see you all in the next special class. Okay, these are the timings. And yes, thanks this is all from my side in this particular session. Just take a snap, or just once you download the slide, just keep a check on these special classes. Okay. And yes, don't forget to do these 3 questions, 1, 2 and 3. We have done these 3 questions. Try and solve them yourself. Okay, they involve basic geometry. If you know basic geometry, you will be able to solve all the questions, right? Right? I hope you have understood this question as well. Yes or no? Okay, fine. That is it from me for today's session. If you haven't subscribed us on YT, this is the tab. Subscribe it, click the like button, and just download the PDF and download the Unacademy app as well. Till then, till we come meet again, till then, a very good evening to all of you. Stay healthy, stay safe, and yes, study well. That's more important, right? Thank you.